Hello again, and this is video 86. And in the last video, that is video 85, we talked about fortune favoring the bold. But here's something that is very important to note before you take the next bold step you're about to take. It's very important to get counsel and wisdom from mentors, from the Holy Spirit, and from parents in some cases. So, because it is important to have counsel before making choices. Now, you might have the counsel on your own based off knowledge from books, education, conversations, or any other way that you've learned things. But something that is pivotal is that aspect of getting counsel. And now, counsel doesn't necessarily have to be about just asking people, it could also be particular instructions that have come into your mind and your heart, right? Because something that happens very easily is that people take very bold steps. And just because the step is bold doesn't necessarily mean it's wise. So oftentimes it's important to combine the bold steps with wise steps. And so something I really like particularly is what is said in Proverbs, that in the multitude of counsel there is safety. So it's very important. I particularly think that counsel is important, and from a ton of people whom I admire, I am sure you also admire, who have done great things in their industry. Something that they have mostly said, and which is synonymous through interviews and many other conversations, books that I've read from these people, is how often they go ahead and launch out to do things, right? But most times they have some form of knowledge for what they're about to do, at least a little bit, because that little bit serves like a safety guard for when you are doing something. So let's take, for example, you want to dive into the water and it's your first time swimming. It's particularly easier when you have a lifeguard around. Even though you want to take a bold step, the lifeguard can always jump in to help you. Second, you can wear a floater because it's your first time in the pool and you don't just want to say, oh, I'm very bold, I'm going to jump into this water. You're going to endanger yourself. So, very important rather, that when we hear inspirational quotes like this, don't just take a one-liner and run off with it. It's very important that we sit back and actually ensure that we are running with the right things. So does fortune favor the bold? Yes, fortune favors the bold. And I hope that, and it's my prayer also, that we all are bold enough and walk into the fortunes that lies ahead of us. See you in the next video.